And welcome back, everyone, to Lantern Corps. Today's Lantern Corps comes to us from iMember, who asked the question, what is the Lantern Corps of the Xenomorph? This is one of those scenarios where this is a little difficult to kind of lump the subject of the video into a group because there is no individual xenomorph who has their own standard personality, individuality. They're a hive. They're not a hive mind in the sense that they all share one mind, but they're in essence they're just animals. They're just animals with a goal to survive, feed, kill, impregnate, and keep going on and doing the same thing. So if we can look at it maybe as a species, maybe we can kind of get something going on here. I will say this right now, and trying to think of what Lantern Corps could fit let's just say a standard hive of, I don't know, I'm just thinking how many xenomorphs are with a standard group. There probably is a number. I'm going to say with one queen, a few drones and warriors, you're looking at maybe 30 individuals. Maybe for like just one standard like collective, although depends how many bodies there are to impregnate. But for one group of xenomorphs, what would the likelihood be, or what would the likely Lantern Corps be? If like a large amount of the rings were to come to that place and find these individuals, which lantern would suddenly be attached to them? Well, gold is out of the question. These things aren't very. These things do not seem to express joy that much. They also, and therefore, they don't seem to feel guilt, sorrow, or shame, whatever. They do seem to feel anger. But it's not the thing that seems to drive them. They just seem to go on base instinct. While their will is to survive, impregnate, and all that, and keep the species going, it also involves their way of reproducing involves kind of snuffing out life at the same time. So I can't say they really qualify for life, but nor do they qualify for death. They're just creatures doing their thing. They don't seem to carry any concept of hope or faith, so that's out of the question. The thing, like any other animal, they're just trying to survive. So if no other animals can qualify for avarice, then, or in theory they wouldn't, then there's no reason the xenomorphs would either. While the xenomorph queen is the only one that could at least in theory qualify for love, I do not see it qualifying for love because it is just the project. It's not, you never seen a xenomorph queen like, me like, I love you. No, you never see that. Although with the exception of Alien 4, I'll give it that definitely. But that was an altered queen, so I don't think we can count that because that had Ripley's DNA in it. So I don't see that love being a candidate here. Like I said, rage, these things do go into a rage, but they are not driven or motivated by rage. Nor would I say they qualify for will. They're just doing their thing. They don't really seem to show any sort of fear, although in Aliens, when the Queen saw that Ripley was going to burn her whole, brood, she did back off. She did command them to back off. So it's possible these things can experience fear, and therefore overcome it, but it's not a good Lantern qualifier, Lantern Corps qualifier. The two most likely would be the Lantern Corps of Fear. Xenomorphs in every freaking movie they're in are scary AF. They are scary. People are scared of them. They are a species that even if you've never seen one, if you've heard of it, you kind of shit your pants a little bit. So fear has got to be on the table, as well as indigo, because these things have no qualms about hurting, killing, eating, and, face effing to impregnate you. They have no club. There's no shame. There's not. These things are devoid of that shit. The only reason that the alien left Ripley alive in Alien 3 was because it was hosting one of its own. It was hosting a queen. So it was not. It's not like it did it out of any sort of kindness. So these things would be actually perfect candidates for a Lantern Corps of Compassion. In fact, they're already a kind of a insectoid hive mentality. They could be even better lanterns for compassion. So in theory, if these creatures were to get a lantern ring, would it be a lantern of compassion or a lantern of fear? And that is the silver dollar question, or the $1 million question here. And it's actually a Sophie's choice. Honestly, this is a Sophie's choice. Because compassion could make a lot of sense, but then again, there's a lot of animals out there that don't really have concepts of compassion. Granted, most of them are, on the very primitive side of things. Like insects don't usually have a sense of compassion. Um, but you've seen videos of it. Most mammals are able to feel some level of compassion and love and empathy. Even reptiles to some degree are able to feel that. Birds are able to feel that. Even fish we've seen have been able to feel that to some degree. So most octopus, definitely, octopi. So most higher level of, there's actually not many animals on the planet that can be likened to the xenomorph, which is why I think I hear a lot of people when they describe the difference with like a predator and an alien. Predator is if you made kind of a humanoid reptile, whereas an alien, a xenomorph, is if you made a humanoid insect, kind of. And it makes the most sense. So, yeah, even so, we've seen lantern rings go to sentient bacteria, for God's sake, and a squirrel, and a cat. So, I mean, anything is possible. But if the majority of animals don't get this ring, then I'm going to go with the idea that the more likelihood is the Lantern Corps of fear, because the whole lore and reputation of the Xenomorph spreads far and wide. Now again, maybe these guys could very well be the exception to the rule, and my guess would actually be they are the exception to the rule, because like I said, they are closer to like a giant humanoid-esque insect than they are to say a lizard or a bird or a mammal or anything like that. They definitely have more insectoid-like traits than anything else. And insects would be the one creature kind of devoid of any real complex thoughts beyond eat, sleep, poop, breed. And then, oh, my head's being rubbed, says the big tree. Should be like, I like this. Rub my head more. Poop my snoot. Anyway, so I would say that these are both options. I would just go for fear over compassion personally, but I think they're both pretty neck and neck. It's really just the Sophie's choice of what you would see as opposed to what I would see. But either way, that is my thoughts on the Lantern Corps of the Xenomorph. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you agree with my choices? Do you disagree? Could you make an argument for any of the other 7? Sorry, is it 7 at this point, or we have to is it 11 at this point, or 9 at this point, or is it beyond that? I think we're at 11 now. No, sorry, 11. So the other 9. Could you make an argument for any of the other 9? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, though. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you for Wednesday for I think we're on 7 now of Naruto Byakugan. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.